The logic behind these countdown cats and why did we decide to do it, GP, in this particular fashion?
Okay, typically what happens is till the time cat notification comes out, people are not very serious about cat, and somehow the cat notification tends to spur them, and that is when they start becoming serious. Second thing is when you're looking at the paper as such, while it's a 2-hour paper, the level of difficulty is known. But the fact remains that cat is somewhat unpredictable, and you need to learn to deal with that unpredictability. The level of difficulty does not change significantly from year to year, as we have seen it always. But at the same time, certain questions come in, certain topics come in. A particular section might become a little more difficult, another section might become a little more easy. So it is also a test of your temperament. So when we are looking at these countdown cats, what we are talking about is that we will try to expose you to all the kind of papers which are possible. The benchmark obviously is last 3 to 4 years cat papers, which means 17, 18, 19, 20, and and make sure you are absolutely well prepared, so that cat effectively is a 13 countdown cat for you.
Yeah, and this will be a lucky 13, by the way.
So 13 is always lucky. In Indian system, 13 has always been lucky. It is a Western issue that they find, they call it unlucky 13.
Yeah, so lucky 13. So starting with ideology, as GP was saying, one of the things that we looked at least with respect to this countdown cat, is our objective, at least from a test series point of view, should be to boost your score. Now, what we have seen, of course, is the reason why the scores are not getting boosted is because we give some sort of undue importance to the mock scores and the percentiles, and not looking at the process, not looking at what is the thing that the mock test can give you. And therefore, what we then decided is that the mock test series must be expert-led. By that, what we mean is that me, GP, Shivku, Arts, Ravi, all of us who have, some of us who have seen probably 20 cats, and some of us who have taken the recent cats, all the cats as well. What we want to do is that we would want to sort of handhold this experience, not just in terms of creation of the test, but also post the test. So it's more than merely a set of questions. It is to me, in one sense, an expert-led test series. GP, your inputs?
Yeah. So just to add to what Jijo said, a test is normally, or test series is normally supposed to be a testing tool. It is a testing tool, but a test is also a learning tool, and that is what we want you to take out of the series. So every paper there will be learnings available, which we will try to disseminate by solving questions ourselves, by taking care of the video attempts, and the idea again is that end of the paper you should have learned a few new things. You should have learned how to handle a given kind of paper. You should have learned how to handle a given kind of passage or a question or a data set.
Yeah. So the way in which we have gone about deciding, so when 4 of us sat together and looked at test series, we picked up a lot of feedbacks I've been getting from the students this year, the previous years, and want to collect everything. And then we finally decided that a test series in itself should boost your score. Somebody starts with test number 1 and goes on till test number 12, and the 13th test, the score should automatically boost. So what are the things that we should do in this test series to give that? So these are the things that we decided that we will do. So before I get there, I'll come here. So the first thing is that we will have live attempt. These are all recorded live attempt, or 4 countdown cats by Arts, Siddharth, Rahul, Vipul, and Sinu. We have got multiple names because at the end of the day, cat is 3 test, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 40 minutes. We'll have these faculty members taking the live attempt. But more importantly, the number 2 thing that we'll do is explanation and strategy for all the questions, all sections of all 12 cats taken by GP, me, Jijo, Shivku, and Ravi. For instance, for VRC, I'll be the one who will take you through the journey. GP will take you to the journey in a couple of things. He is very good at identifying jugaad way of solving, or what he calls the smart quant cracker way of solving things. Yeah, he does that. The third thing is, so before I get GP into this discussion, third thing is more important, most important is we are looking at a predicted percentile. Now, a percentile is a rank. It is merely a description of where you stand with your test takers. But how do this particular score map to the actual, if this was an actual cat, what would have been the percentile that I got? I think that is important to look at, not the percentile rank that I get among the number of students. Also, what you see is that the test series or the mock tests are usually taken by people who are very serious. Even though there are, let's say, any place, like 50,000 people or 20,000 people, 30,000 people, eventually the number of people who take this mock test are the serious bunch. So to give a right description, we look at the predicted percentile rank. And fourth one is that this countdown cat will be available on exact time slot as the cat. We would want to ensure that your biological clock is mapped to the exact time slot. So whatever is the paper that you'll be taking, the countdown cat you're taking, this would happen in that exact time slot. So GP, why each of them is important? You can start with any order: number one, number two, number three, number four.
Okay.
Why each is important?
Okay, I'll start in the reverse order. I'll start with 4. Okay, exact time slot is important. The paper will be conducted on a Saturday, on Sunday at 8:30 to 10:30, 12:30, 2:30, and 4:30, 6:30. Now these are the 3 time slots of CAT. Now the challenge you have at this point of time, you don't know what time slot the paper will be for you, because your admit card will come sometime in October, and but till then, what should you do? Get used to each of the 3 time slots, which means every time you take a countdown CAT, take it at a different time slot, so that till the time you get to know when what time slot your paper is going to be, you should be comfortable with all of them. And once it is announced that what your time slot is, you stick to that time slot. So we are just replicating what CAT does for you. Okay, let me go to the third item, which is the predicted percentile. Okay, now a few days ago, this Pew's survey of religion came out. Any idea how many? What was the number of respondents? 28,000 approximately. Okay, so on the basis of data of 28,000, they extrapolated to 1.35, or what is the population? 135 crores, 1.35, whatever it is, billion people.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the point is, data is very powerful, and at Career Launcher we have data of last so many years, where we have been mapping the actual percentile of a student vis-a-vis the mock percentiles. So as the paper progresses, as the preparation progresses, we keep collecting the mock percentiles, but at the same time we also have a data of the actual percentile which we collect. So we are able to benchmark as to, if you are in a mock at this level, in this kind of a mock, where would you eventually land up? And that is what a predicted percentile is. Now, a typical mock is taken by about 10 to 12,000 people. It could be as low as 5,000-6,000. It could be as high as 20,000 also. But on an average, it is at 10 to 12,000 students. But you are not interested in your rank in 10 to 12,000 students. You are interested, out of the 2.2 lakh students who take CAT, where will I be? What is my percentile going to be? And which is why, to me, the predicted percentile is always more important than the CAT percentile, than the mock CAT percentile. In a mock CAT, based on 10,283 students, you have a 99 percentile. That is not important. Based on that performance, where would you land up in CAT if this was an actual CAT? Will it be 99.63 percentile or 98.41 percentile? That is more important. And that is why I would suggest that each one of you don't worry too much about the mock CAT percentile. Go for your predicted CAT percentile based on this. The second part is, the larger the number of papers you take, mocks, the better will be the predicted percentile for you. So as you keep taking papers, we will be able to extrapolate your data better, and which also means those of you who have taken the past mocks, they have a slight advantage that your percentiles are going to be slightly better initially, but after 5 or 6 mocks, we will be able to give a very, very accurate prediction. And you can check up with your seniors that Career Launcher has always given the predicted percentiles, which are very, very close to the actual percentile. Okay, coming to the second item, which is explanation for strategy. Okay, so one of the things we used to do was, we used to do video attempts and video solutions, but a solution is a solution. It does not give you as to what is the intricacies of that data set, what are the learnings you need to carry forward. For example, a few days ago, I did a recording of a data set of time zone change. Now, time zone change is a question which has come in DI. which has come in quant, which has come in cat as well in zat. So what are the kind of questions? What are the shortcuts which are available there? How do you evaluate that data set? Now, those are things which is what we will focus on, and hopefully you will find that these videos will not only be explanation or solution, but also strategy. As to, for example, should you attempt this set in the paper? If yes, when? So it is going to be a combination of solution, strategy, and analysis of the paper on a question by question, or a set by set, or a passage by passage basis. And the first item, which is live attempt, I think everyone knows about it. The one change that we are making in this is typically one faculty would take all the 3 sections to showcase to you how, if you are not good in a particular section, you can still manage to do well. For example, English is definitely not my forte, yet I would do English and try to showcase as to how I would handle. But the based on the feedback, what we are saying is, yes, that method is available. Old papers are attempted by different faculty members, all sections are available. But in Countdown Cats, what we will do is each section will be taken by an expert. So you get the expert way of taking that particular paper. So which is why if it is section, if it is verbal, there'll be a set of faculty like Rahul or Siddharth. So Rahul was 100 percentile in CAT in verbal. Siddharth again is from an excellent verbal faculty. Vipul, Shenu, Arks again will be looking at both quant as well as DILR. Okay, so each section will be taken by an expert. So the logic being, end of the day, CAT is not one paper of 120 minutes; it is 3 papers of 40 minutes each. Okay, so that is what I would want you to understand. Yeah, back to you, Jijo.
One of the things that we'll also do, GP, is that we will give a video on the on predicted percentile, how it has been calculated,
Yes.
so that you can understand the how
so what
near accurate that the
yes,
predicted percentile is. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll get Sujit. He's again an IT Kharagpur. I'm Bangalore batch and an expert in this area. He's the one who's anchored this predicted percentile predictor, etc. for CL. And what we'll do is we'll ask him to do a short video which explains how the process works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So therefore, these. Okay, let's actually get there. So this is a timeline. We are starting. There is an All India mock CAT 3, which is on the 8th of August. But the countdown CAT begins from next week, 14th, 28th. Then September, we have got 3. October, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at Beacon. And November, we have got these 2. Now, the CAT is on the 28th of November. That will be your 13th countdown CAT, like GP said, the lucky 13th. GP, I have a question. A lot of people say that towards the end we should have more number of mock tests, more number of mocks. How do you handle this, GP?
See, to my mind, I've always maintained mocks tell you where you are today, and mocks tell you what are the gaps which you need to fill up. The second thing is, after a particular time, more mocks will become counterproductive, because either you will not see an improvement in your scores because you are plateauing at a certain level, or you will see a decline on your scores and it will lead to loss of confidence. Okay, so beyond the point, the mocks become meaningless, and to me that number is about, if you have done about 20-25 mocks, it's good enough. Now when you look at these mocks which are mentioned here, there are 13 of them, okay, including the All India mock, and there are already some 7 mocks which are there, so there are 20 mocks available. Going beyond this is not going to be helpful. Your focus should be, from each mock, take the learnings and keep revising regularly, as we have been talking about, Jijo, in our discussion series on how to analyze the paper. Okay, so which is, I think, more mocks is good up to a level. Career Launcher students in any case have 30 mocks, which is more than enough. 27 done, 13 of these, and there are again 10 master series mocks.
Yeah. So these are the rules of the game. Number 1, all CAT must be attempted in 2-day window specified in the schedule. And this, we are going to be absolutely strict. And I'm sure that someone is saying, sir, but this, but that. We are basically saying no. If CAT is important to you, then show that care that you have for the CAT. And therefore, if you're not attempted, it will only be available after 28 days. You'll be able to take the test after 4 weeks. Which means, let's say if you missed mock number 1 for some reason, countdown CAT number 1, whatever is the reason, you will not see that test. till for 28 days. So which means practically if you miss the November mock, you'll probably see that after the CAT. So that's how it's going to be. And the CAT attempted in unproctored mode will not be accompanied by time analysis predicted CAT percentile. So whatever is a time analysis, question-wise time analysis, predicted percentile will only be available to those people who took within that timeline, who were disciplined enough to take the timeline. If you go beyond the predicted timeline, of course, the solution, live attempt, all other things will be available. The crucial thing of predicted percentile will not be available. So the rule is very simple. This is a time slot. This is when you have to take it. You have to book the slot, take it, and you will get all the analysis we're promising by Sunday 7 p.m. GP.
Yeah, and essential that you make sure you take the papers on the given days on the site in the design time slots. The other thing is to make your life simpler. All these time slots are either on Saturday or Sunday. So you have 3 time slots on Saturday, 3 time slots on Sunday. I'm sure you can pick up one which is to your convenience and book that time slot. So booking time slot is going to be your issue. And as Gijo said, you miss a test, you miss a test. You can look at that test again after 4 weeks, but then that predicted percentile is going to be an issue in a unproctored test which you take outside the window. Yeah.
So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the countdown CAT. We'll obviously be very mindful of the feedback that we are getting. We will evaluate all of that and try and incorporate whatever is sensible, what we feel makes sense to us. But we really want you guys to take these tests, analyze these tests, and improve your score and boost your score. And we will be there along the way to help you out in that process.
Right. Okay, so we'll see you in those papers and when we do the analysis or the solutions. So all the best and see you in the papers.